In the world of team sniper matches, there is a pair of shooters who dominate. Sean Murphy and Greg Hamilton are like the Pippen and Jordan of the shooting world, except both of them honestly are like Michael Jordan. Go down the list of major matches, and not only have they won most of them, they've won a bunch of them multiple times. Competition Dynamics, Vortex Extreme, Mammoth Sniper Challenge, Real World Sniper Challenge, the list goes on. These guys also happen to both be friends of mine, and because I like to shoot team matches too, they never let me forget how good they are. Well, a man can only take so much. So I give them their toughest challenge yet, which is to teach me and my shooting partner, Chris Gittings, how to beat them in the next team match we all do together. We're here in Montana where 3 of the 4 of us live and working with Big Sky Tactical Outfitters in Drummond, where we're gonna spend the next few days pulling triggers and learning all of Sean's and Greg's secrets.
We said understanding the stage, highly important. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not gonna earn points. There are, in particular on a team match, this is where coming from something like a PRS, which is a very straightforward, this is what you're gonna shoot from these positions, here's how you're gonna do it. Now you're trying to, they're gonna give you a little more of a vague description of you're gonna do these things and maybe not necessarily say it's only 2 rounds per target. They might say 2 hits per target. Or so understanding those subtle nuances can either, you might be able to find slight opportunity, or there might be some decision making that, if you're smart, might be advantageous to you. So understanding the brief is such an important part. So as a stage brief is read, both people actively paying attention, not, hey, you listen and I gotta go take care of something, yeah. I'll catch up. Like, no, active listening on both parts, because you might hear something that he doesn't and vice versa. It's very often I hear something different than Greg. We'll have a question from us, and then in turn we'll ask back to verify he took it one way, I took it as another.
So the big tree in the center?
Yep.
If you go at 9 o'clock, there's a dome-shaped bush there to the left.
Yep.
There is a disc next to that at 600.
Okay, it's on the left side of it?
Yep, so that is what, 3.6?
Okay, 1:25.
All right, so we're cooking with Crisco there.
Okay. Okay, let's go 4/10 to middle.
Okay, go ahead.
Get back.
Nice.
Dead center.
Yep.
Get back. Get back.
Same hold.
Get back.
Good boy.
Good job.
Nice.
Or 55 seconds.
I have control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You were early.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3.
That was pretty good. That was really good.
Pretty close.
5, 4, 3.
There you go.
Nice.
Good one
On the baby target.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah!
Nice.
Trust your partner. So the first day of training was actually kind of the easy day from in terms of what Sean and Greg teach, but it was still like drinking out of a fire hose. I mean, there were so many, concepts and techniques and other tips and tricks that they were throwing at us that it's going to take a while to kind of, process, reflect, and then practice on it to, fully kind of take advantage of what it is they were doing for us. But I'll tell you one thing that really, really stuck out is that sort of the mental game and the mental flexibility that these guys have in terms of how they approach a situation in a shooting situation. And I'm not talking about being a gamer. You know, that's sort of a different thing. I mean, there might be a little bit of that too, but their mental flexibility in terms of how they can adapt to whatever puzzle is thrown to them, I think is really one of the things that separates them from the other good shooters. I mean, it's that differential, and you can kind of see it in their training technique. So, you know, you and I have shot together a bit now. We've got, you know, we know each other, we enjoy each other's company and stuff, and, you know, I think we're good partners. But I have to admit, like, even in that sort of relationship dynamic, I've learned a few things from Sean and Greg, you know, and sort of the biggest one, or one of the biggest ones, is, you know, looking for ways, one, to divide and conquer the tasks and kind of work in parallel, accomplishing stuff that we know is going to get the job done, but also really thinking about ways to be frankly, the word sensitive to where you can support your partner at just sort of the drop of a hat, at a moment's notice, in the middle of a stage. And it's sort of taking that partner relationship to kind of a deeper level.
Well, and they've talked about not only on the clock helping your partner do things like, you know, move a tripod and set it up for him because you know he's going to need it, or, you know, carry a bag for him because he's got his gun and that type of thing. But they've talked about off the clock, right? How they do things like nutrition and hydration, and they stay on each other about that. They have a countdown system, you know, a pre-stage checklist, which, you know, we're learning and we're stealing from already.
Yeah.
That I thought was great stuff, and they really remind each other to do those things on the checklist so that you don't make simple mistakes that cost you points. And I think as a team, you and I, we've got to be able to find that balance of knowing when to question your partner, when to just listen to them and trust them and say, yeah, okay, you know, you got this, I got this.
That's right. I mean, when I'm flipping that spinner, I'm flipping that spinner.
Oh, we're going to hear about that. We're going to hear about that. That's going to be its own show.
That's right.
Start position is behind this stick. Both shooters will be behind there, pistol and rifle. On the start signal, first shooter will run past the stick on the ground over there. Fire as many rounds as they need to hit the close target 5 times. Once they're finished, reholster, come back past the start line. His partner can get, the second shooter, go and repeat the sequence. As many rounds as needed for 5 hits on the pistol. Come back. First shooter now takes the rifle, crosses anywhere past that line. They can do whatever shooting position they need. There are 4 rifle targets. They have to be hit once. Come back. You can leave your rifle if you want. Second shooter goes, engages, have to be back before time expires. So it is a points accumulated, but you have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, kind of thing. Like, if time's running out, hey, abandon it and come back. Time starts now.
Okay, I got a timer going.
Me too.
Is that it?
Yep. Reholster. Reholster. There we go.
Get back. Get back.
Good job, buddy.
Just do holdovers, John. Get back.
I know, I did. Which one did I miss, Chris?
back.
All right, is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Keep going.
No, I mean, I've got 4, I got 1 on each.
I think keep going.
It was 1 score per.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Had to be back across the finish line.
Oh! Chris! You are doing orange square.
Back.
Orange square.
Next target. So as the training's progressed, the intensity has definitely gotten kicked up a notch or two. Sean and Greg kind of, told us that this was going to be the case, and man, they were true to their word. The good news is that a lot of the foundational skills of this partner shooting really seem like they're gelling. The big one is learning how to communicate efficiently and move efficiently and shave those seconds, and also just kind of clarify things. That said, the way this course is being taught, we are getting a lot of really tough mental puzzles to solve on the fly. If we were going to try to gain this experience through just match experience, it would literally take you years of shooting matches to sort of pick up all the nuance and technique that Sean and Greg have distilled into this for us. It is really just a master class in high-level marksmanship, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So rolling into this week, I knew that we were going to do a lot of shooting, but one of the most surprising takeaways for me is how the marksmanship really took a back seat to the issues of communication and the relationship between shooting partners. Watching Greg and Sean and how they kind of structure their approach to team shooting has been extremely eye-opening. And really it's a lot more about the relationship and the communication and kind of being sensitive to what your partner needs in sort of the heat of the moment as you're solving these puzzles. And I've shot a lot of team matches before, and I've had very good relationships with my partners. But one of the things that was really driven home to me is how much deeper that relationship can go. I mean, I know it sounds a little kind of touchy-feely, but in terms of improving performance, that really moves the needle. And all you have to do is watch Sean and Greg themselves attack a stage and how they relate to each other. And you realize these guys are on a whole other level. I mean, they are that good. So the next time we all show up at a match together, are Chris and I gonna take them? I'm not gonna lie, probably not. But one thing I can guarantee you is that Chris and I are going to finish a lot closer to those guys than we would have otherwise.